welcome to the New Music Show. I'm DJ Peach. Would you mind just introducing yourself and telling me what band you're from?
Yeah, hi, DJ Peach. This is Josh from Step Rockets. We're from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So, Step Rockets, how exactly did the band form?
A band formed out of kind of, local musicians in the Minneapolis scene, and we had been playing music separately and together for a number of years. My friend Brady and I went to high school together, and we decided we wanted to try something new. We've been playing a lot of classic rock, and we've been working in cover bands, just trying to make a living doing music. And we started doing some kind of pop synth rock, and our second track, Kisser, went viral online.
Yeah, and so touring, you said that you're in your van right now?
We are in the middle of Nebraska right now. We're heading out to the West Coast. We're on tour for the next 2 weeks with a band called Fictionist. And, we just got off a tour. We went out to the East Coast for a short run, and then we did the Deep South a couple of weeks ago. But this will be our last tour for the year, a little West Coast run.
And I guess just talking about being on tour, how would you describe what your band sounds like live?
Well, I think we sound a lot like the record, actually. We pride ourselves in being able to play our instruments and not solely relying on tracks.
And talking about being on tour right now, are you guys playing any shows on Halloween?
We're not. We're going to be in the van on Halloween, so maybe we'll listen to some spooky podcasts. Or I have a mullet wig that I'll probably be wearing as I drive the van through the West here. Yeah, we're going to be in the van. We'll probably just get down to some Monster Mash or something.
That sounds like a good way to spend the holiday. Myself, along with our other DJ Tanner, we're just going to be on the New Music Show, just having our show. Maybe we'll be in costume. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, we like to get out and dress up. We usually play a show on Halloween, so it's kind of odd for us, but we get pretty festive ourselves. Brady was actually dressed up like a cowboy yesterday, but not today.
But I guess just stepping away from music, since we are talking about Halloween, just for you personally, what's been your favorite Halloween costume you've ever had?
Well, I was George Michael's last year, so I don't know how I'm going to beat that. That was my favorite so far.
That's really awesome. What did you do to make the costume?
I didn't really spend a lot of money. I basically just got the mullet wig and painted on like a really nasty looking stash/beard thing. And I got a big dangly cross earring. And that was pretty much it. That and a sleeveless jean jacket, jean vest. That's all you need.
Yeah, no. If you have that...
People kept thinking I was Joe Dirt, though. So maybe I need to cut a couple inches off the back of the mullet or something.
Well, I thought the gold cross earring would have given it away, but
Yeah, we are in a liberal part of the country too, so you never know.
Yeah. Well, I guess taking it a little bit of a different direction. So, I asked you, just going back, looking at some of your Halloween costumes. What about just going back and looking at your music career? Like, what made you want to start playing music, and what did you first start playing?
Well, those two kind of go hand in hand. I mean, my family. My family is the one who dressed us up in Halloween costumes when we were younger. My grandma made us like Ninja Turtle and Dancing Raisin costumes, but they were really supportive of the art and, told us as we were growing up, my brother and I, you could be whatever you want to be. And little did they know how seriously we were going to take them, because as we kind of hit our teenage years, we were like, I want to be a musician for sure. And they're like, ooh, yeah, okay. But they stuck with us, and we stuck with music, and just kind of continued our education in college and continued to play in bands. And that's the one thing, it's just never quitting. That's the difference between people that do it, I think, for a living and people that do it for a hobby. Is some people hang up their hat at the end of the day and decide to get a real job, quote unquote. But we've never done that, and we've been lucky enough to be successful and make a little bit of money doing what we love to do.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. It seems like a really great way to just make a living. And then just aside from your family being really supportive, what type of artists would you say are some of your bigger influences?
Well, we like all different types of artists. I mean, I really grew up like digging Picasso and visual arts, but we were just listening to the Beach Boys. We're really into classic rock, and that really inspired us to learn our instruments, I think, at a young age. The Beatles and Jimi Hendrix and all that stuff, because that really became popular kind of again in the late 90s, early 2000s for our generation. So that really introduced us to, our instruments and inspired us to kind of write the songs that we write, because all those artists write great songs apart from being spectacular musicians. It really boils down to just having great songs. And at the end of the day, that's what Bob Dylan and Bob Marley have in common. All those great artists, just stellar songwriters.
Yeah.
So that's really what we spend our time trying to do these days. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess just talking about the songwriting process. So, like I've mentioned, WICB is playing Kisser right now, and we're getting a lot of positive
That's
reception.
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and we're getting a lot of positive reception from the song. And so I was just wondering, what was the songwriting process like for that track?
Well, I went through kind of a dark period in my life a few years ago, right before that song was written, and I was just kind of a natural moment where all these inspirations came together into a real healing moment for me. And so some of the pain of life and getting into a new relationship at the time really kind of helped me heal and get away from some of the darkness. And also my family, like I mentioned, and the band at the time was kind of starting up. So all those things put together really gave me faith in the future and doing what I love to do.
And then this is just going to be one of my last questions. If you could be a DJ for WICB, what would be your DJ name and why?
Oh my gosh, it'd be like DJ Hand Grenade or something like that, dropping bombs all day long. I actually used to do a little DJ set in my hometown in northern Minnesota of Lutsen, Grand Marais area. I got to try my hand at the DJ game, so it was fun. It was like, if I could be anything other than a musician, it'd be a DJ, because your day goes by so quick. I don't know if it's the same for you,
Yeah.
but like the songs fly by, and before you know it, like 4 hours has gone by listening to music.